A mom has warned other parents to double-check how hot their water is after her 19-month-old son fell into a bath causing such severe burns. His skin fell. Jessica-Leigh Cox's son Jenson Smith has recently undergone his 15th operation to treat 94% burns. The 29-year-old mom thought the door was closed while she was running the hot water last February, but Jenson, who was 19 months old at the time, managed to climb. Jess and partner Jenson Smith, 29. Heard a splash as they dashed to the bathroom, but despite instantly pulling their son out, most his skin slipped off, a horrifying condition from severe burns known as degloving. Jenson was airlifted to Birmingham Children's Hospital where surgeons were forced to remove half of his bowel after discovering he had died from shock and was given just a 3% chance. Jess claims doctors didn't think he was going to make it, and horrifying photos show him entirely wrapped in bandages like a mummy as he was covered in 3rd degree, and even some 4th degree, burns. However, the strong little boy spent 6 months in hospital, including 5 weeks in intensive care, and after undergoing multiple surgeries including skin grafts, was eventually brought home last despite having just undergone his 50th operation just last week. Jenson's always got a smile on his face, and a family friend has now set up a JustGiving page to raise funds for a family trip to Disney World. Jess, of Warwick, Warwickshire, said, "I know lots of other parents who have their water temperature at home set to 70 degrees, and my main message is, can you please go home and turn it right down? I would rather have a cold shower or a cold bath than ever have to go through anything like this again. I didn't know water could do that to a person." When he was in hospital, his little toes and the ends of his fingers were black like had been burned in a fire. I've still got friends who couldn't believe that it had happened with water. We were so focused on the stairs, the fire door, the windows, there were always things that we weren't going to think about, and the bath temperature wasn't one of them, so I assume it's not wrong. We were at home. It put the boys down on the sofa for an afternoon nap and went to bed. It must have been 3 minutes and my little boy Teddy came running in the kitchen saying, "Jenson, climbing hot bath." We ran as quickly as we could to the bathroom, but as we got to the door we just heard a splash and I instantly pulled Jenson out of the bath, but his skin just dropped. They placed Jenson in a sink and instantly called an ambulance. He was airlifted to Birmingham Children's Hospital, sedated on arrival, and rushed straight to resus where she recalls there being 30 people in the room waiting for him. He was then stabilised and sent to ICU, and as he didn't have any skin they created a stoma to prevent infection, but discovered his burns had caused a clot in his intestines that had shut off the blood to his bowels, and half of them had to be. Jess said, he suffered 94% scalds to his body and it was obviously touch and go. Honestly, I don't think they thought he was going to make it from the. At that point, when half of his bowel had died, they didn't know why or how, but they didn't think he was going to make it. He was given a 3% chance. They went ahead with the stoma and kind of said Hess got 48 hours. If his bowel turns pink and comes back to life, Hess not out of the woods. Hess still critical, but it's a good sign and we've got something to work with. But they said if it stays black that's it, and they were literally the words that we were given. Jenson underwent another operation in which a further 3 centimeters of his bowel was removed and has since been diagnosed with small bowels. The mother of 3 said they're hoping for a miracle and that his bowel will rectify itself within a couple of years. His skin has slowly healed after grafts to his leg, bottom and stomach, and he still has to be washed 3 times a day and creamed from head to toe. As the grafting and scarring causes stiffness, he also has stretches to ensure he keeps his. Jess said, has such a strong little boy, nothing seems to faze him at all. Even the little things like having his medicine every 4 hours. As soon as he sees me he'll just run straight up to me and take his medicine, and then carry on with his day. I think everybody when they hear about Jenson, they expect to see a poorly little boy, but has always got a smile on his face, and whilst he was in hospital he was on steroids and wasn't moving around. He looked poorly, but when I look at pictures of him before the accident, has just an older version. It's lovely. It feels like we've finally got our old. Jess shared Jenson's story on Facebook in a bid to raise awareness and reach out to parents who'd experienced similar ordeals, and said she was overwhelmed with help. As the family have been through hell in the past year, a friend has recently organized a fundraiser for a trip for Jess and family to. Jess said, "I'm now in touch with parents that have had accidents and actually had the same trauma to the bowel, which I didn't really expect. To speak to other parents that have children that have been through the same thing, and am able to advise on the best, which keeps the central line safe, and little things that I've been through. It's even if in a few years' time Jenson's bowel is absolutely fine and his skin was all healed, touch wood, I absolutely love it. I'd still want to help other people, because I know what this experience has done to us as a family, and to Jenson. The Disney trip would mean the world and more. I couldn't think of anything special enough to do for Teddy for saving Jenson's life, but he has his. All 3 of them have been through so much over this past year. You can donate to their JustGiving page.